Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. This is Boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Mr. Bob Arum. My name is Mark Shunock, and welcome to Tucson, Arizona. It all goes down Friday, September 10th at the AV Amphitheater at Casino del Sol here in Tucson. Before we get into today's press conference, we do have to give a special shout out to the Pasquayaki tribe, Chairman Yucapicio, the entire tribal council, Ernie Gallardo and Ryan Froberg, for all their hard work to make this weekend happen. If you are looking for tickets to Friday night, look hard because there are only a handful left. It is going down. We have a stacked undercard beginning at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern on ESPN+. And when I say stacked, it's stacked. Undefeated Puerto Rican star Xander Zayas, undefeated lightweight sensation Raymond Murataya, undefeated 2016 Olympian Lindolfo Delgado, and the WBO flyweight championship of the world is on the line. Yunto Nakatani versus Angel Acosta. That is all on the undercard. Joining me, VP of Boxing Operations, Carl Moretti. Carl, haven't seen you up here in a while, buddy.
No, you're usually next to Aaron.
This is great.
I'm pinch hitting for him today.
That's okay. Hey, this flyweight title, which is on the undercard before we head over to ESPN, is something not to be missed.
Yeah, we work with Mr. Honda of TKN Promotions, and because of scheduling over the summer and whatnot, it just ended up being on this card. And when you read the internet and everything, you know, it's one of those fights that can't miss. I know it's little guys at 108 pounds. You know, fighting.
They're going to bring it.
They're going to bring it, and by the time the fight's done, they'll probably be 104 pounds because of the heat, but that's okay, and we expect nothing but fireworks.
So far, so good here. Almost sold out, an incredible venue. We are going to be outside, like you mentioned, so does heat play a factor for these guys?
I would think so, including the TV lights and everything like that, and the fans, you know, stay hydrated and everything, but you know, everybody's used to it down here, so it'll just add to the drama, and everybody's looking forward to it.
It's going to be an outstanding Friday night. Joining me on stage is our co-feature and our main event. We're going to discuss the co-feature first. Gabriel Flores Jr., 20-0, 7 knockouts. Luis Alberto Lopez, 22-2 with 12 knockouts. I'm going to start over here. We got to pass off the microphone here for some translation. This is first for Luis Alberto Lopez. Welcome, thank you for being here. You were with us in the bubble in 2020 and had a big win over Andy Vences, the biggest win to date probably for him. Did that fight give you a confidence boost and maybe take you to another level that we might see Friday night?
Estuviste con nosotros en la burbuja en el 2020, donde tuviste una buena pelea y ganaste ante Andy Vences. Esa pelea te dio la confianza para ganar este viernes.
Claro, ¿no? Vimos una gran pelea contra Andy Vences, pero prácticamente no vimos al Venado López, solo vimos la mitad del Venado López porque tuve una fractura en el sexto round. Entonces yo creo que solo vimos al Venado López la mitad de la pelea y pude haber hecho más, pero gracias a Dios ganamos y hicimos una gran pelea esa noche.
It was a great fight that night, you know, but fans that night saw just half of what Venado can do. I suffered a fracture in the 6th round, so you know we got the win. It was a big victory, but I wasn't 100%.
Gabe Flores Jr., I'm going to ask you the same question because your last fight was just as big in your career. Jason Velez, probably your biggest, if not the biggest. We talked about it after. Has that brought you up to a new level? Are you ready for Friday night?
Every fight that goes on, I learn from each fight. I get better and better. You know, it's a fact. You see in each fight, you know, because I learn more. And this training camp was a long training camp, a longer one, because I was supposed to fight on the Fury card, but that got postponed. But and now I'm on this card, and we took a positive out of a negative when we got real sharper. I mean, the sparring was great and everything. So all my confidence comes from my training. You know, I was sparring real good people to help me out for this fight, from Trevante Davis, Mark Masayo, Gamboa. You know, so I'm extremely ready.
You talked about camp. You also talked about the Fury Wilder card, which I'd written down here. You were originally on that 724 card. Lopez is aggressive. He's a little unorthodox. What challenges do you see him presenting on Friday night?
Lopez is gonna get knocked out. He's gonna live up to his name.
Just like
they call him the deer. He gonna look like Bambi in there.
Coming back to you, Luis. Do you see anything in Flores Jr. that you can exploit Friday? Anything on the tape that excites you that you think you can exploit Friday night?
Algo que hayas visto durante los videos de Gabe Flores que hayas visto que puedes explotar el viernes en la noche.
Pues que es un niño todavía, ¿no? Es un niño, tiene muchas fallas y esa noche le voy a saber cuáles son.
He has a lot of flaws. He's just a kid, and I'm gonna let him know.
You're the rookie in this
Friday.
game. I'm the veteran. When I'm done with you, to go back to playing soccer.
No porque estés firmado con la empresa quiere decir que vas a ganar todas las peleas, mi rey.
Not because you're signed with a company means that you're gonna win all the fights.
I'm gonna make a highlight of you, boy.
We, for Luis as well, we hear a lot of talk in the media about Gabe becoming a future champion. Coming up, champ down the road. Does this give him a little bit more motivation knowing that talk exists out there?
En los medios se habla mucho de que Gabe podría ser un futuro campeón y que va a ser una futura superestrella. Si esos comentarios te motivan aún más a ti para ganar.
Pues claro, ¿no? Pues también influye mucho ahí, ¿no? Pero yo soy un peleador que a lo mejor no soy el más cuidado, pero he demostrado que estoy para estas cosas y también para poder ser campeón mundial.
There's a lot of talks, but you know, I have proven that I belong in this level, and he might be a future champion, but I'm here to demonstrate that I'm here at this level too.
Perfect. Gabe, that same question to you. You hear the chatter, you see the comments on social media. Is it difficult for you to stay in the moment and focus on the task at hand?
Not at all. I always look at the big picture. You know, I know who I am. You know, I started off early in this pros. I was 17 fighting, so that was me figuring out who I am. Now I know who I am. I'm comfortable. So he just bit off more than he could chew. And Friday night he gonna choke.
All right, well, listen, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to leave your microphones right on your seats behind you. Head down front for the first face-off of the week. This is our co-feature, ladies and gentlemen. 10 rounds in the junior lightweight division. Gabriel Flores Jr., 20-0, 7 knockouts. Luis Alberto Lopez, 22-2 with 12 knockouts. 10 rounds in the junior lightweight division. This is a battle. It's going to be a good one. Carl, this is going to be an exceptional fight.
It should be. You know, you talk about the junior lightweight division. You have the present right here with Oscar Valdez. Tomorrow in Atlanta, we're announcing Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. Emmanuel Navarrete, after he takes care of business on his next fight on the 15th of October against Joet Gonzalez, right, Frank? He possibly might move up. Lomachenko, you know, has thought about moving back down to 130. You've got a lot of guys at this weight division which can make great fights. But for Gabe Flores, you know, none of that matters because if he can't get past Jose Luis Lopez, you know, it doesn't matter. So we'll see tomorrow night, and that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah, and in addition to all of the undercard bouts that we talked about, the co-feature, and now getting to our main event, Friday night is going to be a special night for boxing. There's a reason why it's sold out, essentially, and so many people are excited to tune in. Our main event is scheduled for 12 rounds for the WBC Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Robson Conceção, 16-0, 8 coming by knockout, and making his first title defense sitting to my right, Oscar Valdez, 29-0, 23 knockouts. Champ, I want to start with you because it's impossible not to start with you. This has been a pretty crazy week, to say the least. Some personal attacks even online that we're seeing. How have you been dealing with all of this controversy, essentially for the first time in your career?
Well, first of all, I feel blessed that I get the chance to step in the ring this September 10th. I'm very grateful with Top Rank, for the Pascual-Yaqui Athletic Commission for letting this fight proceed. And I've just been very concentrated. You know, it's coming here to my second home in Tucson means a lot to me. And coming back, you know, when people would crowd, you know, as people know, my last 2 fights were without crowd due to COVID. And what better way to come back as a champion in front of my people to fight with also Sonora, Arizona here. And I'm just excited. So I've been very focused, trying to not to look at anything negative out there. Just trying to stay focused. It has been a little difficult, I can't lie, but this is what we have to go through. This is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, you're in the spotlight, you're the champ. Anytime you make it to that level, people want to take you down right away. How has your camp and your family been able to support you this past week through all of this? Because obviously, you're the only one in the ring, but it takes a team, it takes a village to get to this point. And having this controversy thrown at you a week before the fight, how important did your team play in getting you to this moment right now, sitting with me?
Well, that's when you realize who is the real people who are around you, who are loyal to you, and who really got your back. And I realized that my family was number one, and also my team. I gotta give thanks to everybody in my team, as far as my manager, Frank Espinosa, my trainer, Eddie Reynoso, my father has always been with me, and just everybody who's been around supporting me through these tough times, because it has been difficult, but they had my back, and we know we did nothing wrong, and we know we're gonna be real concentrated for this fight.
I'm going to come over to Robson. We have a translator off stage as well. You guys fought each other in 2009 at the Pan Am Games. You won that fight. Do you remember anything about that?
Vocês lutaram nos Jogos Pan-Americanos. Você ganhou. Você lembra alguma coisa a respeito da luta?
Bom dia a todos aqui presentes. Muito obrigado ao presidente da Top Rank, a Top Rank, a todo o público aqui presente. Foi uma grande luta contra a Valdez e contra a torcida. Eu estava muito bem preparado, muito bem focado. Foi uma luta muito difícil, muito dura, até porque eu não lutei só contra a Valdez, lutei contra a Valdez e a torcida. E isso foi muito motivante, lutar contra o atleta e contra a torcida. Isso para mim é motivo a mais de motivação.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you to Top Rank. Thank you to Carl, the Vice President of Top Rank. It's a pleasure to be here. When I fought him, was a tough fight, very rough. I have to fight with both him and the crowd, and it motivated me a lot and make me happy. So here will happen the same thing. I will fight against two opponents, him and the crowd, and I will be the winner.
I love it. Undefeated as a pro, 5 years in now, what does your first title shot mean to you?
Como profissional, sua primeira chance pelo título mundial. O que essa luta significa para você?
Bom, essa luta para mim é a grande oportunidade de minha vida, né? Eu tenho 20 anos no esporte, esperei muito por isso. Tenho 2 filhas, tenho uma nação brasileira que espera muito por isso. Então eu estou aqui por eles, por toda a minha equipe, a equipe Champion. Esperei muito por esse momento e tenho certeza que estou na melhor fase de minha vida e estou aqui para surpreender.
It's a moment very important, the most important in my life. I'm happy. I'm here not alone. I'm here for the Brazilian crowd, for my family, for my team, the champion team, and it will be great.
It's going to be a battle, absolutely. Champ, same question. What do you remember from the Pan Am Games?
Well, I remember it was a tough fight, just like you said. He was just not battling myself, but also battling the crowd. Obviously, it was back in Mexico City, and it was a big crowd. Just like he remembers, it was a back and forth fight. I only lost by 1 point, but I lost, and that's I always took my losses very seriously. And everybody hates losing, and I'm one of them. I'm a sore loser, so now that I got the chance to fight him as a professional. Well, I'm taking this fight very seriously, like all the fights, defending my title, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes and everything I got to defend my title and to revenge my loss.
You hinted at this earlier when we first started talking, the WBC belt on your shoulder. It's your belt here in Tucson. How special is it to be fighting here in Tucson? You mentioned the 2 previous fights without a crowd. Now you get to come home. You got the strap on your shoulder. We got a sold-out venue. It's gonna be a pretty special night.
Well, this belt means everything to me. It means a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. So I've sacrificed my life for this belt. And, it's a dream ever since I was an 8-year-old to have it. It took me a long way to get here, and I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon, especially here in front of my crowd in Tucson, Arizona. I missed the crowd already. My last 2 fights were 2 great knockouts, and there was no one there to applaud it or get excited for it. So what better way to come back to Tucson as a champion in front of my people, all the way from Sonora to everyone here in Arizona.
I want to come back to Robson. How has this past week for you been with all of the distractions, the controversy, the talk about the champ? How has that week been for you?
Como é que foi essas últimas semanas, principalmente a última semana, a respeito de todo esse problema com o campeão? Como é que foi essa semana para você?
Bom, não só essa semana, né, mas para essa luta eu me preparei, me foquei até mais do que o que eu me foquei para os Jogos Olímpicos do Rio de Janeiro. Essas últimas semanas foi muito decepcionante porque, pelo ocorrido com o Valdez, o que está feito, não tem explicativa. Mas eu estou aqui pronto, me preparei, me dediquei juntamente com minha equipe. Estou pronto para fazer a grande luta da minha vida.
Not only this week, the past week, but all the training camp is very hard to him. But about the problem with the champion, what is done. But there is no explanation. But I'm here to do my best and do the greatest fight of my life.
This is the biggest step up for you, easily your toughest opponent to date. What have you done to make this jump and to be prepared for this challenge Friday night?
Indiscutivelmente, esse é o adversário mais difícil da sua carreira. O que você tem feito para dar esse salto na sua carreira? O que você acha que vai acontecer?
Essa é uma grande luta, né, que apesar que eu sou maior do que o Valdez, será uma luta de Davi contra Golias, né? Eu me preparei muito, me dediquei muito e é nas grandes lutas que eu cresço, então assim seja e assim será.
This is like he is bigger than a Valdez, but the fight for him is like David and Goliath, and he prepared for all these fights. He ready and he thinks he will be the winner for the greatest fight of his life.
Champ, there's a lot of talk out there about unification. You know, we're hearing the Herring-Stevenson fight, then maybe you guys going at it after that. Is it hard to stay in the moment, to focus on the task at hand when there's a ton of that chatter out there?
Well, I don't think about that fight. You know, I don't think about any other opponent because I have one opponent in front of me. You know, I'm not thinking about no other fighter or unifying, except for this fight that I got in front of me right now. You know, I know Robson Conceção is a tough fighter. I know he has a dream to become a world champion. That's every fighter's dream, to become a WBC world champion. But that's my job to not make it happen. That's the reason why we train hard in the gym and we give it day by day and day and night. It's hard work, so that day doesn't come.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for spending time with us. I want to ask you to place your microphones on the chairs and head downstage for your first face-off of the week. We'll see you tomorrow at weigh-ins. Everybody tuning in around the world and at home, this is Boxing, this is Top Rank as always. It goes down Friday, September 10th at the AV Amphitheater at Casino del Sol, Tucson, Arizona. This is the main event, 12 rounds for the WBC Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Robson Conceção, 16-0, 8 by knockout. Making his first title defense, the champion Oscar Valdez, 29-0, 23 knockouts. At this time, we